In a leasing, there are two parties. One is called the lessor, another is called the lessee. That means it is a longer period. No, they will give the money. Money will be paid back after some time. Cash outflow minus cash inflow multiplied by discount factor. On the balance of 8,50,000, 15% of this is 1,27,500. Hello, my dear student. I am Dr. B.S. Subramanya, called by name Dr. B.S.S., Professor in Commerce and Management, Vidyashram First Year College, a Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. I am going to hand Financial Management 2, 6th semester, Unit 3, Session 1 of BCom. Today, we are going to discuss working capital financing. So in the last session, we discussed so many things about the working capital. What is actually working capital? Current asset minus current liability. We have discussed that. Now, what are the working capital financing? So which plays the most important? In order to finance them, so which are the topic we are going to discuss now? Today, we are going to discuss a chapter called leasing. A chapter called leasing. I am going to explain what do you mean by leasing. Topic covered in this chapter is leasing. So, first you have to understand what is leasing. If I am the owner of some house, some land, some building, I want to let down, not on a rental basis, it go for a lease for 3 years or 4 years. That particular party can utilize this land for 3 years or 4 years. In a leasing, there are two parties. One is called the lessor, another is called the lessee. Lessor is the owner who gives the right to utilize that. Lessee man, the man who utilizes the rights of the lessor. He can utilize that house or building or machinery for 2 years or 3 years. For that, he will pay some amount. Some amount he will pay. That amount will be returned back without interest. But only point here, no. So who is beneficiary? He is the lessor, is the beneficiary. Why the lessee takes this? No, another 2 or 3 years, he is not in a danger because he can stay there for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, or 15 years are there. But whatever the amount he pays, no, what the lessor will do, he will deposit the same amount in the bank. Whatever the interest term, that goes in favor of the lessor. Lessor and lessee agreement is over, will give the particular land, particular machinery on lease basis for 2 years or 3 years. In the leasing, there are two parties. One is called the lessor, another is called the lessee. Is considered. Lessor is the owner who gives the right, copyrights, or rights of what's called the machinery, rights of the building to the other person called lessee who utilize the right, who utilize the land for 2 years or 3 years. Then, here types of lease. There are two types of lease are there. One is called operating lease, another is called the financial lease. What is operating lease? What is financial lease means? An operating lease is also lease which give the lease for 2 years or 3 years, not a longer period. It may be 2 years or 3 years. In the 2 years, 3 years, if there is any difference of opinion between the lessor and the lessee, both have got an option to cancel the lease. So what is operation lease? It goes on leases for 2 years or 3 years, not a long time. It may be 1 year or 2 years are considered. So both are agreed to put on for 3 years. By chance, if there is any difference of opinion has come between the lessor and the lessee, both has got an option to cancel the lease. That is your operation, what's called operating lease. So another lease is called financial lease. The financial lease is one where it is a longer period. It's a longer period, more than 4 years, but both cannot cancel the what's called the rights of the lease. They have to continue for 4 years or 5 years, then only the lessor will be paid back. So before coming to the rationalized operating lease, hire purchase, I think, no, here there's one word I'm going to say about the lease. Actually, the word lease has been started in the year 1950, but the word do not have no power in 1950. No, what's called, especially the outsider, do not know what you mean by leasing is there. In 1950, it was not developed. But in 1979, what's called a rise has been come in the leasing. Somewhat extension, we can see that And a company has been came into existence called 20th Century has been came into existence, which mobilized the lease. So they mobilize the lease in the form of land, in the form of building, in the form of machinery. And then there are some institution, even the bank institution, SBI, Punjab National Bank, has came into existence for the lease of the land, lease of the machinery. So there are some other institution, financial institution, Karnataka Small Scale Industry Development, Punjab National Industry Development came into field. And even Maharashtra government has taken the interest in leasing. In 1979, we can see a development in the leasing. So when we start the leasing in 1950, it was not developed in 1950. But 1950 to 1979, there is a violation, we can say fluctuation in the lease. Nobody knows what is actually mean by leasing, why they give the lease, why they're not given on the rental value like this. It goes on. But in 1979, we can see some light in 19th regarding the lease. In 20th century has been came into field, that particular company has been came into field, and they develop the lease. Once you develop the lease has been come, so it goes in favor of even the banks has came forward, and they take the, even the SBI has been came forward, Punjab National Banks has been came, some industrial development banks, Karnataka Industrial Development, Maharashtra Industrial Development has came into field, and they say that the leasing should be pull on such a way that so that it should be help the forum. So we can see the what's called the bright light in 1979. And so there is two types of lease. One is called operating lease, another financial lease. I told what is operating lease is there. The lease has been taken only for 2 years or 3 years. So it will go for only 2 years or 3 years. Once the 2 years, 3 years is over, before that, if there is any difference of opinion between the lessor and the lessee, both have the option to cancel the lease. That is an operating lease. The financial lease is a long-term lease. It may go to 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 40 years, 50 years. But in this lease, no, even the lessor or the lessee cannot cancel the lease. They have to wait for a longer period. If they make the lease for 10 years, they have to wait for 10 years to get back their money. That is called the financial lease. Then, here, hire purchase financial installment evolution is there. Here, the major point here, if there's any land is there, better to give on the rental value or better to give on lease basis, among the two, which is the best which you are going to calculate. So with the two alternatives are, one is given on rental value, another given on the lease for 5 years, which is favorable to a lessor, means the owner. So either it can go for a lease, it can go for a rental. Well, whichever is better, that we are going to calculate. Today, that problem we are going to solve. I think you understand that lease is, in the lease, there are two parties. One is called the lessor, one is called the lessee. Lessor is the owner, lessee is the utilizer of the land. There are two types of lease. The types of lease is one operating lease, another financial lease. Operating lease is only for the shorter period, maybe 2 years or 3 years. So they have to wait only 2 years. If there is any difference of opinion between the lessor and the lessee, both have got a right to cancel the lease. The second lease called financial lease is a longer period. It may be 5 years, 10 years, 3 years. But here either the lessor or lessee cannot cancel the what's called the agreement, because this is lease for financial lease for 10 years or 15 years. Only they can get back their money only after 15 years are concerned. The word lease has came into field in 1950, but do not have any development at all. But in 1979, we can see some light in the leasing period where it has been developed with the help of the bank, with the help of the Industrial Development Bank, who came into field. Even leasing has been done for the machinery also, for building also, for other articles also, they go for a leasing is concerned. Now, today we are discussing whether the leasing is good or giving on the rental value is good. That's a problem you are going to get in the examination. A lease is a contract under which one party, the lessor, the owner of the asset, gives another party, the lessee, who utilize that particular land, the exclusive right to use the asset usually for a specific time in return for the payment of rent. Whatever he is going to read, that's a rent is a rental value, say. Leasing is a process by which A firm can obtain the use of certain fixed asset for which it makes a series of contractual periodical tax deductible payment. That means it is a longer period. No, they will give the money will be paid back after some time. Actually, the gainer is the lessor, because whatever money you are going to pay, assume that it's a 10 lakh, he will deposit in the name of the lessor. He will earn the interest. While you are paying back, you pay only 10 lakh only. So that who is the beneficial? Lessor is the beneficial here. But the lessee other side, no, they can utilize the other land for themselves for 5 years or 10 years. There's a point to be bear in mind. Then, this is the first problem. I will explain the first problem. ABC company has to acquire an asset worth of rupees 10 lakh. The value is 10 lakh. A bank loan of 15% per annum, repayable in 5 equal installments. We took a loan to the extent of how much money? 10 lakh at the interest of 15%. So how many years? No, 5 equal installment. 5 years you are going to pay. In every installment, you are going to pay 2 lakh each. This word is most in 2 lakh each plus interest means it's only a principal money. It does not contain any interest. If it is contain interest, it is called installment money. What is installment money? Principal money plus interest is called installment money. What's the installment money? Principal plus interest is equal to installment amount. Here the word goes only 2 lakh as principal plus interest. Every year on the outstanding balance, you are going to calculate the interest. Or to lease in the asset yearly rental basis on 3,24,000 as a rental for 5 years. So every year you have to pay. If they go on a lease is 2 lakh per year plus interest, or we can give on a rent is 3,24,000. So what is the question they are asking? Which is good? Either the lease is good or rental value is good. In both the cases, the installment are payable at the end of the year. All installment is going to pay at the end of the year. It provides depreciation 15% on written down value method. The company is in 30% tax bracket. Discount in cash flow is 16%. So if you have got 1 rupee, that 1 rupee is valuing only 16 paisa. First year 0.862 discount factor. Second year 0.743. Third year 0.641. Fourth year 0.552. Fifth year. So the value of the money has come down one by one. If you have got 1 rupee, first year is how much? 86 paisa. Second year 74 paisa. Third year 64 paisa. Fourth year 55 paisa. In the fifth year it has come to 47 or 48 paisa. This is a problem. Here, what are the things to be bear in mind? If they give problem like this, they are asking the question now whether it will go on a lease or go on a other basis. The question is whether to go on a lease or go on here. So here, what's the point to be bear in mind? So to solve the question, steps. To solve the problem. What are the steps to solve the problem? Number 1, calculate depreciation. This is the first step. Calculate depreciation. So there are two types. Depreciation means fall in the value of the fixed rate. Depreciation start when you purchase the asset. Fall in the value of an asset is called depreciation. There are two types of depreciation. One is called fixed installment method and is called diminishing balance method or written down value method. In the fixed installment method, how you calculate now? Two methods. One is straight line method. Number 2, written down value method. Which are the two methods are? One is called straight line method, another is called written down value method. This is called WDV. Here, what's the difference? I will tell you. In the straight line method, depreciation is equal to cost minus scrap divided by life of the asset. So depreciation is equal to cost minus scrap divided by life. Depreciation remain constant. At the end of the life, the value becomes 0. Assume that you got a value for 10 lakh as per the problem. How many years are there? 5 years. Every year how much depreciation? No scrap value. It is 2 lakh. So 2 lakh for how many years? 5 years. At the end of the 5th year, it will become 0. In the written down value method, it is not so. Here, no. As per the written down value method, you got 10 lakh. See the problem. What's the rate of depreciation? See that? It provides the option 15% on written down value method minus 15%. It's 1,50,000. Deduct on 8,50,000. Then depreciation on 8,50,000, it will go like this. Minus 15% on how much money? 8,50,000. 8,850 followed by 30 into 15 divided by 100. 1,27,500. So it will go like this. So first year, this is first year, this is second year. So it will go for 5 years like this. So under fixed installment method, depreciation remain constant. In the written down value method, depreciation does not remain constant. It goes on diminishing value like this. Next on 7,22,000 we will go. This is the first step to do. Second, calculation of cash outflows. How much you are going to pay? This is the second step you have to do. Cash outflow means how much you are paying to the outsider. Every year you're paying 2 lakh plus interest, 2 lakh plus interest. For how many years you have to do? 5 years. Number 3, calculation of cash inflows. This is the third step. Fourth step, calculation of net cash outflows. This is a method you have to follow. What is the first one? Calculation of depreciation. Number 2, calculation of cash outflow. Number 3, calculation of cash inflows. Number 4, calculation of net cash outflow. Formula, cash outflows minus cash inflows multiplied by discount factor. This is the fourth one. Cash outflow minus cash inflow multiplied by discount factor. Fifth one, rental value. Rental value minus tax. Net amount multiplied by discount factor. What's the procedure? Calculation of cash outflow, calculation of cash inflows, calculation of net cash outflow, cash outflows minus cash inflow multiplied by discount factor. Fifth one, rental value minus tax amount, whatever the difference comes, multiplied by the discount factor. Last one, conclusion. This is lease, versus rental. Which is better? Whether go on a lease or go on a rental, that we have to decide according to the problem. So this is the procedure you got. First, calculation of depreciation, two methods. One is called straight line method, another is called diminishing balance method. Straight line method formula, cost minus scrap divided by the life. In the diminishing balance method, it goes on depreciation one by one. 1 year, second year it will go. Next, we have got the cash outflows, how much you are paying for each item. So every year you are paying 2 lakh plus interest, 2 lakh interest, how much you are paying each year. Cash inflows, you have got depreciation in the first year, tax in the second year, add the on that 30% tax you are doing, that is called the saving we say, that's the third one. Then fourth one, net cash outflows. Cash outflows minus cash inflow multiplied by discount factor. Fifth one, rental value minus tax amount. Whatever the difference comes, multiplied by the discount factor. Lastly is the conclusion. Favorable, either the lease is favorable or rental value is favorable, which we have to decide. So we'll move on to problem now. See that. What's the value is 10 lakh. I told you what is the first step to do? Depreciation. I will explain. First year, at the beginning, how much you got? 10 lakh. 10% of 15, 1 lakh 50,000. How much left over? 8 lakh 50,000 is left over. On the balance of 8 lakh 50,000, 15% of this is 1 lakh 27,500. 8 lakh 50 minus 1 lakh 27 is 7 lakh 22,500. Third year, 7 lakh 22,500, 7 lakh 22,500. 15% of this is 1 lakh 8,375. From this figure, deduct this figure, the balance is 6 lakh 14,125. The closing balance become the opening balance, 6 lakh 14,125. 15% is 92,119. The balance is 5 lakh 22,006. You take the balance this side. 5 lakh 22 on the 15%, 78,301. The balance is 4 lakh 43,705. At the end of the fifth year, we started with 10 lakh. At the end of the fifth year, the value of the asset become 4 lakh 43,705. I think you understand that. I will repeat. Value at the beginning, how much? 10 lakh. 15% of that is 1 lakh 50,000. Balance is 8 lakh 50,000. On the balance 8 lakh 50,000, calculate 15%. It become 1 lakh 27,500. Balance is 7 lakh 22,500. On 7 lakh 22,500, 15% is 1 lakh 8,375. If we deduct, the balance is 16 lakh 14,125. On 16 lakh 125, 15% is 92,119. The balance is 5 lakh 22,006. Next, on 5 lakh 22,006, 15% is 78,301. It will be 4 lakh 43,705. This is for how many years? 5 years we have done. 5 installment means 5 years. This is the first step. Then second step goes calculation of cash outflows. This is important. This is most important. Year, loan amount, interest, repayment, cash outflows. This column you want. Year, loan amount, interest, repayment, cash outflow. First year, what's the outstanding loan? 10 lakh. 15% interest you have to pay to bank. 1 lakh 50,000. Every year, how much you are paying? 2 lakh. 2 lakh plus 1 lakh 50,000. You are paying 3 lakh 50,000. 2 lakh is the principal money. 1 lakh 50, 2 lakh. It is 3 lakh 50,000. But actually 10 lakh, you paid only 2 lakh. Interest is extra. Interest is extra. So for 10 lakh rupees, you have paid only 2 lakh. What's the balance left over? On 8 lakh. 8 lakh 15% is 1 lakh 20,000. Every year, how much you are paying? 2 lakh. 2 lakh plus 1 lakh 20,000 is 3 lakh 20,000. For 8 lakh, how much you paid? 2 lakh you paid. What's the balance left over? 6 lakh. On 6 lakh, 15% on 6 lakh is 90,000. You are paying 2 lakh plus 90, 2 lakh 90,000. For 6 lakh, how much you have paid? 6 lakh. What's the balance left over? 4 lakh. On the 4 lakh, 15% is here all 15%. 15% is 60,000. Every year, how much you are paying? 2 lakh. 2 lakh plus 60,000. 2 lakh 60,000 in paying. So last year, what's the balance left over? 2 lakh. 15% of that is 30,000. It becomes 2 lakh. Here, every year you are paying 2 lakh. 2 lakh plus 30,000. You are paying 2 lakh 30,000. Clear the lease for how many years? 5 years. I will explain once again. Your loan amount is 10 lakh. 15% on that is 1 lakh 50,000. Every year, how much you are paying? 2 lakh. So, first year, how much you paid? Principal money plus interest. Principal money plus interest. What's your principal money? 2 lakh plus interest is 1 lakh 50. How much you are paying? 3 lakh 50,000 you are paying. Second year, for 10 lakh, you paid only 2 lakh. How much left over? Only 8 lakh has been left over here. On the 8 lakh, 15% is 1 lakh 20,000. So every year, how much you are paying? 2 lakh plus interest is 1 lakh 20. Totally, you are paying 3 lakh 20,000 you are paying. In the third year, for 8 lakh, you actually paid 2 lakh. What's the balance left over? 6 lakh. On 15% is 90,000. Every year, how much you are paying? 2 lakh. 2 lakh plus 90,000 is 2 lakh. 90,000 you have paid. In the fourth year, 6 lakh minus 2 lakh gone is 4 lakh. On 4 lakh, you got 15% is 60,000. Every year, how much you are paying? 2 lakh. It becomes 2 lakh 60,000. In the last year, for 4 lakh, you paid only 2 lakh. How much left over? You have to clear the amount. 2 lakh plus 30,000. You are paying 2 lakh 30,000. Hope you understand this point. Very, very clear point here. So this is a cash outflow. Then, third step I told you, calculation of cash inflows. Calculation of cash inflow. So here, your depreciation is 1 lakh 50,000. Your interest also 1 lakh 50,000. The total is 3 lakh. On that, tax is 30% cash inflow is savings. You're not paying 30% of this 90,000. Second year, your depreciation is 1 lakh 27,500. The interest is 1 lakh 20,000. Totally, this and this should be added. Is equal to 2 lakh 47,500. 30% of that, it will work out 74,250. You have saved. First year, how much you saved? 90,000 tax. Means you have saved to extent how much? 90,000. Third year, you got 1 lakh 8,375. Same thing here. Here all depreciation figures are there. Valued thing. Here all the depreciation figures are there. One by one, 1 lakh 8,375. 1 lakh 8,375. 90,000 is the interest. Add the both the figure. It is 1 lakh 98,375. 30% of this, 59,513. Fourth year, 92,119. 60,000. So on that, if we add both, no, it is 1 lakh 52,119. 30% of that, 45,636. In the fifth year, 78,301 is your depreciation. 30,000 is the interest. The total amount, you have got 1 lakh 8,300. Totally you have got. But how much you saved? 30% means 32,490. So much you have saved. So one outflows are there, one inflows are there. Both we have calculated. One outflows, one inflows. Now, we'll go here. Come back. What's your cash flow of the first year? See that. What's the cash outflow? 3,50,000. This is outflow. How much you have saved? 90,000. See that? Your cash outflow is 3,50,000. Cash inflow is 90,000. Deduct this. The net cash inflow is 2,60,000. 1 rupee today's valuing how much? 0.86 to 86 paisa. So 2,62,000 valuing today 2,24,120 as per the market rate. PV factor in the present value, if you got 1 rupee, it's valuing how much paisa? 86 paisa only. In the second year, you got 3,20,000. Your cash inflow, that is depreciation plus tax, 30% is 34,250. If we deduct the value is 2,45,750 real value. Today for 1 rupee, how much is valuing? 74 paisa. That means 1,82,592. Come back to third year. It is 2,90,000. Your cash inflow saving is 59,000. Deduct this. It is 2,30,487. On that 1 rupee valuing how much paisa? 64 paisa. Today it gives 1,47,742. Come back to fourth year. It is 2,60,000. Cash inflow is 45,636. Deduct 2,14,364. Paisa valuing 0.552. It will be 1,18,329. Fourth year, 2,30,000. And your cash inflow is 32,490. Deduct 1,97,520. Today's valuing 47 paisa. It is 94,050. Totally present value is 7,66,798. This is as per lease method. As per lease method, how much you have to pay? 7,66,798. Hope you understand. This is very easy, but systematically has to go. Then we have a rental value. Cash outflow under leasing option. You given the rental value. Number one, how much you are paying? 3,24,000. Tax deducted on this 30% is 97,200. How much you got? 2,26,000. Rent remains the constant. Constant. These are all the constant figures. So first year 0.862. Second year multiply. So 3,24,97, 2,26,800 into 0.862 is 1,95,502. Here also deduct 3,20,000. Cash inflow is equal to, multiply this. You got 1,68,512. Here 97 minus 0.64 in 1,45,379. Here deduct, multiply this. Cash outflow minus cash inflow, deduct, you get multiplied by discount factor. So you got 7,42,544. This is as per the rental value. So here, as per the lease value, 7,66,798. Here 7,42,000. So as per the PV cash under lease option are lesser than the present cash flow under buying option. It is advised to take the asset on the lease. Lease option is 7,66,798. Lease option. In the rental valuation, you have got 7,42,000. Here 7,66,000. Rental value. It is advisable to take the asset on the lease value. Rental value lease option here, cash outflow. Here, rental value is better. This is called your rental value. Rental value is better. Rental value is better. So, rental value is as per the cash under lease option taken the lesser PV of the cash outflow under buying option. It is advised to take the asset on the lease. So buying option is better because this cash outflow is this rental value is better because 7,42,005 rental value is better. These are all the rental value cash outflows. Here figure is 7,66,798 is more. Your rental value is 7 lakh. So better to go with the rental value because here 7,42,544 is there. We can pay the less rent as a lessee is considered. He will go on the rental value because lessor is the loser. So here got, if you go with LSR, he will get more under lessee option. He got 7,66,798 as per the purchase option. But under lease option, under purchase option, PV, under the buying option, it is advised to take asset on the lease, rental value better because it is a 7,42,544. So rental value is less than the, here no, it is a purchase option. Cash outflow under the purchase option here. So if you purchase, no, you have to pay how much? 7,66,798. But if you go on the lease option, so lease option 7 lakh. So rental value payment is a lease option is advised to take the asset on the lease is better. Rental value is the better. Hope you understand. So what are the procedure to be followed? 1, depreciation may be fixed or diminishing. Second one, cash outflows, interest, principal money plus interest is cash outflow. Third is cash inflow, add interest plus depreciation on the tax savings there. Fourth one, cash outflow minus cash net cash outflows multiplied by the discount factor. Next, last is the cash inflow. First step is calculation of depreciation. Second step is calculation of cash outflows. Third step is calculation of cash inflows. Fourth step is calculate net cash outflow. Cash outflows minus cash inflow multiplied by discount factor. Number 5, rental value minus discount factor multiplied by the discount factor. Last is conclusion. Better to go on rental value basis or lease basis, whichever is lower. Here rental value is lower. Better to take this option because we are paying less. In the what's called the lease option, we are paying the more. So better to accept this under leasing option. This is called under leasing option is better. Hope you understand this. It's a very, very good problem coming off 15 marks. Definite question from the examination point of view. Hope you understand this. Very easy problem, but you have to go through slowly one by one. So first we have to calculate depreciation, then cash outflows. Number 3, cash inflows. Number 4, net cash outflows minus cash inflow, net cash outflow multiplied by discount factor, then rental value, then last conclusion, which is better. Go on the lease, go on the purchase. You conclude whichever is less, that is a better one. Hope you understand. We'll have some more problem on the lease in the next session. Till then, goodbye. Meet in the next class.